Saturday was the anniversary, the second anniversary of his death. And online now we have Martin Nolan'S from JULIEN'S Auctions. A very good morning to you, Martin.
And good morning to you, and it's a pleasure to be on your show. You're a legend around the world, so keep going.
I don't know whether I'm a legend too much, but nevertheless, I'm here. And the Michael Jackson auction, I believe it's going well.
Yes, actually, we're just getting ready to start the Michael Jackson auction here today. It's Sunday morning. And, of course, 2 years, as you said, yesterday was the anniversary of Michael's passing. And today we're celebrating his legacy, and we're selling some amazing, iconic items to fans all over the world who will want to own a piece of history, own a piece of their icon.
Yeah.
And we're very excited.
Very good indeed. And you have a big fan there who wants to buy something?
Yes, well, we have fans from all over the world, but probably the number one Michael Jackson fan that I have ever encountered, and I've traveled the world to Asia, Europe, South America, and it's Debbie Michael Joe Jackson. And Debbie is a mature lady who flew here. It took her 31 hours to get here because of the ash cloud. She had to fly to New Zealand, and from New Zealand to Auckland to Hong Kong, and then Hong Kong to Los Angeles. But she wanted to be here. And she is the most loyal, most dedicated Michael Jackson fan in the world. And, of course, she'll be bidding in the auction she wants to take back to New Zealand to add to her Michael Jackson collection.
Very good.
She's a fantastic lady.
And which part of New Zealand does she come from?
She's from Auckland.
Auckland.
And she changed her name officially to Michael Joe Jackson. So it's Debbie Michael Joe Jackson. That's her official name since Michael passed. Yeah. And it's pure love and pure appreciation for his goodness, for his charitable giving, for the legacy that he's left us all with his music, his dance routines, and his fashion.
Isn't that great? You don't know what particular thing she might be bidding for? If she's got a lot herself, she might be adding to that, isn't she?
She has a lot, and she's a serious bidder, so she has her eye on some of the shirts, and we have fedoras, we have a black glove, and of course we're selling that very iconic jacket, the red jacket with the black trim, leather trim, that he wore in the Thriller video in 1983.
Hello, Debbie. I understand you went to the Michael Jackson auction in the United States of America. How did you find it? Who was there? And how did you get on there?
Yes, I did, Ewing, and I have been back in Auckland for 2 days now. It was the most exciting auction I have attended with my friends at JULIEN'S Auctions. Did
you purchase anything you'd relish for the rest of your life?
I made 2 purchases, Ewan. I bought Michael Jackson's personal Victory Tour robe from 1984, and I bought Michael Jackson's personal Dangerous Tour robe from 1992-93.
Debbie, could you tell us about the auction?
Ewing, I was invited by my friends Darren Julien and Martin Nolan to their auction gallery in Wilshire Boulevard, Beverly Hills, and stayed in the Beverly Hilton about 12 minutes walk away. They had substantial items of Michael's there, many personal articles of clothing, and the most famous of these being Michael Jackson's Thriller jacket and also the BILLIE-JEAN shirt from Motown 25. They had many other items of clothing from the time he was small in the Jackson 5 right through the years as of late. Also, they had many awards, autographed items by Michael. There was over 200 articles in total there to be auctioned off on the 26th of June. There were many celebrities came there, I had the good fortune of meeting the famous Tatiana Yvonne, who was in the video with Michael from The Way You Make Me Feel. At another event, I also met Michael's famous lawyer, Tom Mesereau, and many other celebrities. There were lots of individuals coming to and from the auction, celebrities, fans, Tippi Hendry, Deborah Landis, who designed the Thriller jacket, and on the actual auction day, the man who made the jacket actually appeared as well. So it was a very, very exciting historical event to attend. Thank you to my dear friends Martin and Darren, who invited me to come to this particular one.
When I was talking to the auction house the other night, they told me that you were the biggest Michael Jackson fan in the world.
They did? Oh, bless their little cotton socks. I am known worldwide through MySpace, YouTube, my Facebook, which isn't an open Facebook. You can't search it. Being totally dedicated to Michael, I first became a fan of his in the late 60s, around about 1968, and over the years, especially since 1983, when Michael appeared in Motown 25 doing the moonwalk in Billie-Jean. That's when he blew my little socks off. And from that point on, I started to become a Michael fanatic. I have been collecting memorabilia of Michael's now for probably, 17, 18 years, and am told by a variety of fans, his worldwide recognized tribute artists that are my friends, that I have the biggest personal collection on the planet. This doesn't include expensive items, like a $450,000 glove. But I do own Michael's 45th birthday belt that he wore. That was very special to me because I was invited to his birthday party as one of his 50 worldwide ambassadors representing New Zealand. That was in 2003. So that is actually the most expensive item I own, the belt he wore at his 45th birthday, and again he wore that same belt when he was given the key to Las Vegas. I also bought from Julien's last year Michael's famous metal bandolier that he wore during the bad era, and that's a huge shoulder silver attachment with all the bullet straps and leather. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very famous in many photos and items of Michael. So with the two personal robes of his, I now own 4 personal items from Michael, and the rest, I have over 19 beautiful autographed items. I have one of the only pictures autographed by both Michael and Elizabeth Taylor from the 30th anniversary concert in Madison Square Gardens in 2001. All up, I have probably over 700 items in my Michael Jackson collection.
It intrigues me that your name is Debbie Michael Joe Jackson. Is that just a name you use, or have you used that for a long time, or how did you come by that name?
My name, Ewing, in my lifetime, I've had different names when I was single, when I was married, and the beginning of last year, I decided to change my name to incorporate Michael's legal name into my name, because I'm so dedicated to him, and having the name Debbie Michael Joe as one word, it is not two separate words, Jackson, just meant the world to me. And so I legally changed that by deed poll, and of course that led to having to change absolutely every document, bank account, driver's license, the whole thing. But I've never felt so happy with a name that's been given to me before. That is something that I associate with total happiness.
Are you going to display the memorabilia that you've got at some stage and let others share in this wonderful memories of Michael Jackson?
I would love to be able to have some kind of suitable premises where all the fans in New Zealand and tourists visiting New Zealand can actually come and see all the memorabilia collection. I actually dream about it all being displayed to its best advantages. At the moment, it's in my house, and it was displayed in 3 rooms in my home, but my home is currently for sale, so I had to take it all down and pack it all away because I wouldn't want strangers walking in to see it. So I'm waiting, for a sale on my house and to buy somewhere better. I actually talked to Darren tonight, sort of hinting to him that maybe he could even help me set up such a thing, because that is something that I continually dream about. At the moment, there's nearly 6,000 fans around the world who can see all the pictures of everything I have and videos of everything I have and what I've done on my YouTube account, my Space account, and on my Facebook. I've had some amazing experiences through Michael. Last year I met Joe Jackson at 2300 Jackson Street, where Michael was born, and Joe let me in. I was the only fan in the world allowed inside the grounds of that premises to put my poster and candles and roses directly onto Michael's new memorial. I've had some amazing experiences in the last 2 years in my 4 or 5 trips to America so far related to Michael Jackson events. Darren and Martin always send me the catalogues of every auction they have coming up, so I can see what's for sale. And if I can't physically be present at their auction, for example, last year I went to the auction in Vegas where they had the Victory Tour glove, and they gave me a treat and took it out of the cabinet and let me hold Michael's Victory Tour glove, and I ended up on World News with that one. If I can't physically be with them, then I get set up online to be in the auction with them from my computer, and that's where I have continued to buy things of Michael's from Julien's, because Julien's collect some of the most fabulous memorabilia that Michael has in the way of clothing, in the way of autographed items. So the most precious things that I own have all come from Julien's. They are the #1 auction house in the world for collecting and selling rare and one-off memorabilia of Michael. And I am fortunate to have built up a fabulous friendship with these 2 gentlemen. They are just wonderful in my life.
Well, Debbie, thank you very much indeed for talking to Radiolive nationwide today, and I have no doubt whatsoever that you are the world's greatest Michael Jackson fan.
Thank you, Ewing, and for inviting me onto your show, which was a total surprise when Martin told me that you wanted to get in touch with me. I'm elated to be on Radiolive as part of your show and to share and spread my love for Michael Jackson across